Hello, Matt.
Hey, it's DJ.
Hey, this is DJ Ramo. How's it going, Matt?
How are you?
Dude, I am absolutely fantastic because way before I got offered this interview, I'm a huge Matt Barlow fan, so I'm super excited to talk to you, brother.
Right on, man. Right on. Where are you calling, or where am I calling to? I guess.
So,
where are you out of?
So you are calling to Ashland, Oregon. My show is the Metal Mixtape. We are an FM radio station based out of Ashland. We support local bands. We support global bands. We throw festivals. We promote shows. We book bands. We do it all, brother.
Nice, nice. You need me to do a tag or anything for you?
We can do it at the end if you want.
Absolutely. Yep. The Metal Mixtape?
Yes, sir.
All right. What's your station ID again?
It's 89.5 FM Ashland, Oregon, 94.1 FM Medford, Oregon. It's the Metal Mixtape.
The Metal Mixtape. All right.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, Matt, I'm super excited to talk of Ashes of Aries. Last night I listened to Emperors and Fools like 3 or 4 times to the point where I went and bought myself a Well of Souls shirt. I was like, this is sick, dude. I'm gonna put this in my car right now. And dude, I love this album. I'm so happy you're doing music. The band members you have, Freddie and Van, are just absolutely badass. When I dug in a little bit more into your band, I was like, you know what, Matt was trying to start like some superhero team. What was your idea of when you started this project, Ashes of Aries?
It really just started out, when Freddie and I met whenever I went back with Iced Earth, and Freddie was hired as a bass player. And so we spent, quite a few years together touring and hanging out and just being buds, and we hit it off really well. And we had talked about doing another project, outside of Iced Earth. Little did we know, it'd be after I got out of the band, and then, shortly thereafter, Freddie was on with them for their next record with Stu, and then he did a tour of the world, and then he got out. So, pretty much started like immediately after that, and we just started writing, and he came over here, hung out. We actually started. I think the first thing we wrote together was This Is My Hell, and it just kind of went from there. So, and then of course I knew Van from touring with him a bunch of times with Iced Earth and Nevermore, and we were just friends. And when he got out of Nevermore, I just asked him, hey, you want to do something together? I got Freddie over here. We're doing this, and so then he jumped on board, and that's kind of where it was at. Now since then, Van is not a full-time member of the band, but he's performed on every record. Minus the EP that we did last year. He just wasn't available for that one, but he's still, we're happy to have him, man. He's an awesome drummer, man. Just a great guy.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, man, because I was listening to this album, and I really liked how you could pick out everybody's like instrument. Everybody stands out. Like everybody really carries their weight, and I was really excited about this album because, like, it was really heavy compared to a lot of the other stuff I heard you singing over. A City in Decay right into I Am the Night was just, like, the perfect start to that album. It's an immediate, like, kick in the face. This whole album, honestly, is absolutely epic. But, you know what, Matt? Before I jump into this album, I want to ask you one question very quick, and it's more of a question for me. And it's for, I see you with all these projects, a lot of people say, including myself, you have like this really special voice. I want to know, man, when in your life did you have that big turning point where you really thought you can give being a musician a real chance, where you could see yourself doing this for the rest of your life? Did you have a moment like that growing up where like it hit you and you're just like, Matt, I could do this? Like, this is for real?
I don't know, man. I mean, I've always liked it, and I've always kind of been a ham, on stage and things like that. So, I mean, I just enjoyed that aspect of it, I didn't really, it didn't really like hit me that I could be like a recording artist until, I guess, the first Ice Earth record. You know, I mean, that was kind of like my big thing. I was like, holy shit, man, I'm here. You know, I'm in this studio. It's a world-renowned studio for, at that time, more death metal, but still heavy metal. You know, working with Tom Morris, who's a world-renowned freaking producer. So that at that point, it hit me like, wow, this is real, man. I don't know exactly how I got here, but fate, fate smiled. You know, that's the only thing I can figure, and there it is. So the rest is history from that point on.
That's amazing, man, because you start off with that first album, and I'm guessing immediately after you just had a ton of shows. Were you already used to touring, or was there something about touring you had to learn about yourself, like a lesson?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I wasn't used to touring at all, man. That was like the first thing. But and I guess it's kind of weird because I didn't really start. We did like these. I think they were metal meetings or something, summer metal meetings or something like along those lines that we toured with for that record. But it was a brief number of shows. It was like 5, 6, 7 shows, something like that, maybe. And then as soon as that was over, we came back, and then I think the drummer at the time quit and went. He quit and went away, and he's a super nice guy, man. I'm still friends with him on Facebook, and I don't know exactly what happened, and I can't recall because it was so long ago. I don't know what happened, but he quit, moved on. But then almost immediately, it seemed like John started writing the Dark Saga. So then it was that, and that's really where we, started doing more tours, things like that. So Burnt Offerings was kind of a weird thing, man. It was just like the whole vibe was weird. I mean, it'll always be special to me as far as the record, but just like there was some negativity wrapped up into it as well, and like with the record label at the time, and everything really started clicking more with Dark Saga, with touring and all that stuff. So yeah, that's kind of where that's at.
I love it, man. For somebody like me who hasn't played Wacken yet, how's the stage like compared to like a small stage? Can you hear everything up there? Is the crowd really intense? What do you think your biggest difference was as soon as you went to a big ass festival like that?
Usually the stage is good. It's funny that you mentioned that because Wacken the last time, and I can't say exactly what it was, but I was like losing, I couldn't hear John on it, and that's why there was some Tony stuff on my last performance at Wacken. But it is what it is, man. It's still amazing. Normally in those situations, the sound is phenomenal because they have phenomenal sound guys working the monitors, working in front of house, and so it's just great. But occasionally you will have some signals cross because it is what it is. It's a festival, so there can be things. But yeah, I mean, it really wouldn't matter what it sounded like, man. From my perspective, as long as it sounds good out front and the crowd can hear it and it sounds good, that's all I'm happy, that's all I really care about. But just being in front of a crowd like that is just phenomenal. Yeah, it really blows you away.
That's amazing. Is the ritual the same for a smaller venue compared to a big festival? Because I know with the big festival, I've heard it's really easy to get excited. Is there a certain prepping you do before you do a big show like that?
Man, I just sort of get into a zone, man. I just try to get out there and entertain people. So that's whether it's a small venue or whether it's a big venue, it really doesn't matter. I'm just there trying to entertain and make folks happy. And they pay good money to come see a band or bands, and so I figure that's the least I can do is put on a good show.
Hell yeah, Matt. That's so awesome, man. You're always playing with so many awesome bands and everything. Has it got normalized for you just to see really awesome people all the time, like musicians and all that when you're playing a festival like that? Is it just the norm now? Or do you still get oh man?
No, I mean it's nice to see and talk to people that that inspired you, you know. But at the end of the day, man, they're just people. You know, that's the thing. Everybody's just people, man. You know, everybody has bad days, and you know, you just got to take it the way it is.
Absolutely, man. No, I appreciate you answering those questions for me. Now, coming back to Ashes of Aries, with your new album, Emperors and Fools. This album was absolutely awesome. Like I said, I thought it was really heavy for a lot of the parts, and like, I don't know, I always imagine like what my favorite band of all time would be, like really heavy, but then have like Matt Barlow vocals over it. Like, hands down, my favorite songs is Gone and Emperors and Fools. I don't know, it's because it has like a lot of those awesome clean intros and massive structures. But man, listening to this whole album, it just sounded like you worked so hard on it, especially with Monster's lament at the end. What was the idea behind this album, and why was this like a huge? I don't know. It felt like a huge like statement album, like it's just a kick in the face. Like tell me about this album and tell me your favorite song and what do you love about it?
Yeah, you know, I don't know that, you know, I don't know that we were like trying to make a statement other than, you know, every record we'll try to do as best as we possibly can, man. You know, typically when we're doing stuff, it just is, you know, we try to let it grow and make it organic as possible. Sometimes things work out, sometimes things don't. You know, if they're not working, then we'll set them to the side, and then, you know, maybe look at them again later. I think the stars just aligned for this one, man. We just had a lot of good material, and we tried to place them in the order that we felt had the best flow for this record. You know, we have some breathing space in there, but there's certainly, you know, a little bit faster, heavier stuff in this record, I think, than the last couple. And I don't know, man. I think it's just, you know, we just approach it the way we approach it. Freddie and I think we write music that we would want to listen to, and that at the end of the day, that's just what you got to do. You know, you got to be happy with it. And we are, you know, like we've been pretty much sitting on this song or sitting on this record for about a year. You know, it was done in like last January, but because production stuff from a physical copy and all that stuff was getting pushed back, it just got pushed back. But you know, I can still listen to the record and feel extremely happy about it. You know, so it's not, you know, I don't have any like, oh, I could have done this better, or I could have done this differently. I mean, there's always little things, obviously, but at the end of the day, I think it's a really well put together record, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, it's fucking incredible. I love it. Tell me, so in my experience, I'm a musician. I've never written a huge Monster song, especially like Monster's Lament. Like, was that like an accumulation of ideas that you guys put together, or did that song just take like its own route and just become this Monster? Tell me about that song.
Yeah, that's actually, I mean, that's Freddie, man. I mean, he put a lot of work into that song, man, and it was one that we were actually considering for the last record, but you know, we just ended up we had a lot of material, and it just worked out really well. He had the idea of the duet. He had Tim in mind for the part, and so, you know, and it's, you know, a matter of tweaking and, you know, doing some things here and there, but for the most part, I mean, he had it, you know, pretty much laid out, had the lyrics and the concept all laid out. I got to help with some vocal melodies and things like that, and placement of certain things, but that's pretty much Freddie's baby, man. I mean, so he really worked it out. There's a lot of cool little, I mean, time changes and all kinds of stuff in there, and you know, it's cool, man.
Yeah, Freddie's riffing is badass. That's one of the things I really enjoyed, man. I was like, dude, this guy can riff like freaking crazy, and like the melodies and the notes he plays for your voice, dude. Like about like 7 or 8 songs in, like I started looking more into the band, and I was like, because like in my head I was thinking about Freddie the whole time, and I was like, dude, like Freddie and Matt have like this chemistry, like hardcore, like I gotta find out who this guitarist is, and come to find out that like you guys are like really close in writing these songs. So I think that's awesome that you guys get to create such epicness.
Yeah, man, it's a really good collaboration we have, because, you know, I think we work really well with one another. You know, we can be honest with each other and say, hey, I like this, I don't like this. You know, can we do something different here? Can we do that? And we don't have ego. We're working to make the best song, man. That's the at the end of the day, that's what. And, Freddie has other influences that I didn't have, and I have influences that he didn't have, and so I think that marriage of those two, points of view, lend itself to what the band is.
That's amazing, man. I love it. Do you think Monsters Lament will ever be a song you play live?
That would be cool, man. I can't see it in the future. I think it would be a big thing to take on. And of course, we'd have to, we couldn't do it without Tim, right? So
true. Go pick him up on tour.
That's right.
That's awesome. Well, Matt, I don't want to take a whole lot more of your time. I know you got a huge string of interviews. So I'm going to ask you 3 quick questions. We'll answer them super quick. Matt, are you ready?
I'll give it a shot.
All right, Matt. If you were in a zombie apocalypse and you could choose any weapon to kill the zombie horde, what is that one weapon?
What, besides the nuke?
No nuke, no cure.
Okay, so no nuke and no what?
No cure.
Oh, no nuke and no cure. Well, I don't know. So I guess the thing is, probably the largest whatever's not a nuke. What would that be? A Moab or something?
Yeah.
Moab.
That'd be funny. All right, for this next question, if you could sing for any band in any era for one set that's not Ashes of Aries, who would it be?
Metallica.
Metallica? I love it, man. What's your favorite Metallica song to sing?
Oh, I would probably have to say, like, Sanitarium would be awesome. That would be awesome to be able to do.
I love it. All right, this last question. If you could choose your death, but it had to be by somebody in a horror movie, who would you choose to do it?
I have no idea, man. That's never been something that I've ever thought about. Maybe. Well, actually, I can't really say that. Probably Dracula. Yeah, he'd probably do me in. What I was nightmares about when I was a kid.
I love it. I love it. Well, everybody in Ashland, Oregon, we're talking to Matt Barlow of Ashes and Aries. Emperors and Fools is out now. It came out January 21st, 2022. Please check out their whole catalog of music. It is absolutely fantastic. Matt, last but not least, can you say this is Matt Barlow of Ashes of Aries, and you're listening to the Metal Mixtape?
Absolutely. You ready, man?
Yes, sir.
All right. Hey, guys. This is Matt Barlow from Ashes of Aries, and you're listening to the Metal Mixtape.
Matt, I appreciate so much for the time, man. I hope you have a great week, a great weekend with your friends and family, and a great rest of your interviews. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. You take care of yourself, brother.
Take care, Matt. Have a good day.
You too, man. See ya.